Good morning, everyone. I hope you've had a good week so far. Um, as always, please know that you can reach out to me if you need help with anything, you have any questions. You guys know you can reach me through email or we can set up an appointment to meet and talk virtually. A couple of things you guys know, I remind you of this every single time we get together. Remember your netiquette. Remember to keep your self muted unless you have been given permission to talk. Please be present and engaged. Being present and engaged. Please make sure that you are paying attention today because I've got a lot of information that I need to pass on to you about what we're doing over the next couple weeks. Remember to respect each other, their opinions, and questions. Today, at the end of the period, we're going to be choosing countries. So you've got to remember that as a team, you've got to work together, and it can't be one person who is dominating and having the choices to choose first. So, the first thing that I want to do is we're starting our new unit on Latin America. So when you hear those words, Latin America, what do you think of? You guys can respond in the chat. You guys can respond by raising your hand. But what do you think of when you hear the words Latin America? Mubin, tacos. Yes, that's what I get from most students over the years, especially when we think of Latin America. So tacos and salsa and all that kind of stuff. Alyssa, a warm climate, yes, beaches and palm trees and just kind of like the Caribbean. Canyon, sombreros, good. Okay, looking at part of the culture and how they dress. Kenny, poverty and crime. That's a deep one. That's good. I'm glad that you did bring that up because that is very true. That there is poverty and crime um, in Latin America. I want to kind of talk about that for just a minute because, first of all, what is poverty? Alyssa? Right, it is. It's being poor, not having the means to, kind of, not necessarily survive because you can still survive, but not having the same means, money, food, things like that, that allow you to, kinda be successful. Um, so we've mentioned tacos and salsa and sombreros. We've mentioned beaches and palm trees and we've mentioned poverty and crime. Um, I want us to first of all look back at this poverty thing, um, and I'm going to ask you guys a question. Is there poverty in the United States? If you agree with that, raise your hand. Okay, good. Most of you agree. What about, is there poverty um, in Arkansas? Yes, there is. Agree. You guys raised your hands on that one. What about, is there poverty in Little Rock? Yep, there sure is. And you guys showed that by raising your hands. You identify that there is poverty even in Little Rock. So why is it that when we think of Latin America, and Kenny, I'm not picking on you because it's been mentioned in my other classes and over the years, and people in general talk about poverty in Latin America. So why is it that that's the quote story of Latin America? Why is that the thing that people focus on and think about? It's one of the things that immediately comes to your mind when you hear those words, Latin America. I want you to really think about that And my goal is for you guys to move past some of these stereotypes, even stereotypes like tacos and warm climate and sombreros and poverty. It's more than just that. That Latin America has so many different stories. And I want you guys to come away with seeing lots of the different possibilities to change the story that you have in your mind, the one story that you have right now, and see other stories, other things about Latin America more than just that one thing. So, in this unit, we are going to look at, we're going to do some map work first of all, because we need to see where Latin America is in the United States. We're going to do some key vocabulary terms that have to deal with Latin America. And we are going to, through your projects and things over the next couple weeks, look at the culture. Um, what kinds of things make up Latin America? And, what is its economy? What is its geography? How does the geography affect the land? I mean, how does the geography affect the people in their economy? Um, those kinds of things, looking at their government, looking at Latin America's impact on a global perspective. So, over the next couple weeks, we'll kind of look at those things. And at the end of this lesson, you guys are going to be broken into groups. I'll put you into breakout rooms, and you've randomly been assigned to a Latin American region. So let's first talk about what regions make up Latin America. When we look at, for example, this map, this is kind of a cute cartoony map of Latin America. And you can see that it starts all the way up here in Mexico, goes through Central America. You have the West Indies, um, as you guys refer to it, the Caribbean, but it's also called the West Indies. And then we have South America here, all the way down to the southern tip. And below here we have Antarctica. So there's a lot of parts to this region. Um, Question for you: this area, Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean, do they belong to the continent of North America or South America? What do you guys think? Caitlin, what do you think? South America kind of makes sense. Um, Jonathan, what do you think? You think North America? Okay. Um, Alyssa, you think Middle America? Okay, now remember we have 7 continents. We have North America, South America, so we don't necessarily have a Middle America, but that would kind of make sense because it looks like it would be between North and South. Actually, those 3 areas are part of North America, and then South America is alone on its own. And I want to talk about this. I told you guys you're going to be divided up into teams, and I want to kind of go over what we're going to be doing the next couple weeks. So, one group will have Mexico and Central America. One group will be in the West Indies, which remember I said is the same thing as the Caribbean. And one group will be in South America. Now, within your region, you've got multiple things that you're going to be doing. Um, Remember, I said as a group, you're going to work on a map of Latin America. You'll work on that together. I can put you into breakout rooms, and you'll work together to come up with the responses for the different places, the main physical features, and the countries that make up major bodies of water that make up all of Latin America. Because I want everybody to have an overview. You'll have a section of notes. You'll have a screencastify that you'll watch and take notes on. And then I will give you a quiz over those notes. You can use your notes when you take your quiz. Studies weekly by region. So if I have the West Indies, then I will only do the Studies Weekly for the West Indies. And it's just a series of articles. I think you guys did Studies Weekly last year. Daily warm-ups will be in the LMS for you to work your way through, just some various different questions, just a range of questions for all of Latin America. Fact sheets. I'm going to skip the projects and warm-ups for a second. Fact sheets. In a minute, once you guys break out into your rooms, you're going to be doing choosing your country that you want to do your that you want to study and go in depth with. Fact sheets I will provide that to you. Include like where its location is in the world, what's its relative location compared to other countries, climate, highest point, lowest point, types of government, population, money, and just various different things like that. And then I will be taking uh, the day that they are due. You will go into your breakout rooms, and I will tell you which country, which fact sheet you guys will be using to respond to a set of questions as a group. So that's kind of the general idea of the fact sheet, and I'll explain that a little bit more. And that's kind of what the country cards are there too on that document. The projects, you guys will, as a team, each of you will choose between, I think each region has about 30 to 35 project choices to choose from, and you'll choose your project and work on that individually. You will have to do kind of a summary of what your project was about, not how you made it, but what the overall, background information of, for example, what is a pinata? What's it used for? Where was it? Um, where was it? Where did it originate? And kind of just a general overview of that. And you will also have to do a presentation. Thomas? Yes, you have to do a presentation. You don't have a choice. I am going to make it a little bit less stressful, and you guys will use an app called Flip. How many of you have used that app before? Okay, a couple of you have. If you haven't, that's okay. I will explain how you're going to put your project together in there, and so you'll do your presentation that way. Others in this class, not other classes, in this class, will be able to see your presentation and respond and comment, and you guys can have some communication there. But you'll be able to see other people's projects and what they've learned and gathered from the research and the information that it takes to do that. Really quickly, I'm going to just show you a couple of examples. This is for South America. You can do a mural of an Amazon rainforest. You can make a bola, a model of Machu Picchu, a mural of a Mardi Gras scene, illustrate a legend of the Incas or ancient Peru. So you're kind of making a story, a chart of spices, a mural of Machu Picchu, a poster of a llama versus an alpaca. So you guys have a whole bunch. Like this one has probably about 35 choices in here for what you can do. So, and again, when we get ready to choose projects, which we'll probably do tomorrow, um, we might have another quick session tomorrow so you guys can choose your projects within your group. But we will. I'll explain this a little bit more. So I know you guys have a lot of overall questions. Let's do this really quickly. I'm going to put you in your breakout rooms, and what I want you to do in your breakout rooms is to go ahead and choose who's going to do what country. I will provide you the list in the LMS, and you can choose which country from your region that you want to do. If there's two people who want the same, then you guys are going to have to rock, paper, scissors. So you're going to have to be on video for just a few minutes to sign up for your country. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to put you in your breakout rooms so that you can go ahead and do that. Um, and get that chosen.